I don't have time. It sounds practical, responsible, and almost admirable. But most of the time, it's not a scheduling issue. It's an energetic one. We say it every day, for the gym, for healing, for starting the thing we keep talking about. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't lack time. You lack alignment. And every time you say, I don't have time, you're not describing your schedule. You're revealing your priorities, your fear, and your avoidance. Because time is fixed. We all get the same 24 hours, yet within those same hours, some people build strength, wealth, relationships, and clarity, while others build stress, distraction, and frustration. So the real question isn't, do you have time? It's, what are you choosing to give your energy to? Today, we're going to reveal what I don't have time really means, what it says about identity and avoidance, and why this one sentence might be quietly sabotaging the life you say you want. Let's get started. Time is like water flowing from a tap. It keeps running whether you use it wisely or let it flood the floor. It doesn't expand because you're stressed. It doesn't slow down because you're overwhelmed, and it doesn't reward effort. It just moves. Energy, however, is directional. It follows intention. Two people can have the exact same 24 hours. One uses an hour to train their body, build a skill, or deepen a relationship. The other spends that same hour scrolling, reacting, numbing, or worrying. Same time, completely different energetic return. This is why saying, I don't have time, is rarely accurate. What's more accurate is saying, I'm allocating my energy elsewhere. And that sentence feels different, because now it's not about lack, it's about choice. Now let's be honest about something. Most of the things we say we don't have time for are the things that stretch us. Working out forces discipline. Starting the business risks failure. Healing forces you to feel what you've been avoiding. And having the difficult conversation risks conflict. Time becomes the socially acceptable excuse. It sounds better to say, I'm so busy, than to say, I'm scared, or I don't feel ready, or I don't want to be uncomfortable. But energetically, your nervous system knows the truth. Avoidance is expensive. It costs you momentum, self-trust, and the identity you say you want to grow into. Imagine saying you want to become stronger, but every time strength requires discomfort, you tell yourself you're too busy. You're not busy, you're just protecting yourself, and protection has a place, but when it becomes chronic, it becomes your limitation. Busyness has become a personality. It's no longer just a description of a full schedule. It's an identity people wear with pride. We've normalized exhaustion. We subtly equate being overwhelmed with being important. If someone says, my schedule is crazy, it's rarely questioned and sometimes even admired. But being busy and being effective are not the same thing. Think about energy like light. A standard light bulb spreads its glow everywhere. It lights up the room, but it doesn't actually penetrate anything. A laser, on the other hand, is concentrated, focused, and directed, and it cuts through steel. Most people are living like light bulbs, reacting to notifications, conversations, emails, minor demands, and other people's priorities, and then wondering why nothing meaningful moves forward. When your attention is constantly fragmented, your nervous system feels pressure, even if your schedule technically has space for it. That sense of, I don't have time, is often the sensation of scattered energy, not an actual shortage of hours. 2 focused hours where your attention is clean and intentional can move your life forward, whereas 10 distracted hours will just exhaust you. So when you say, I don't have time, what you may really be experiencing is fragmentation. And fragmentation is an energy issue. This is where we get honest. Not harsh, just honest. You always make time for what carries the most emotional weight in the moment. Not what you say you value in theory, but what you emotionally prioritize in real time. If you say you value your health, but choose scrolling because you're tired, then in that moment, comfort is more important than growth. If you say you want to build something meaningful, but continuously choose what's easy and familiar, then safety currently outranks expansion. That's not a character flaw. Your calendar is a map of where your energy actually goes. If someone traced your week, what would they see you prioritizing? Approval or achievement? Distraction, security, or actual growth? Time doesn't lie, it exposes devotion. And once you start seeing your hours as energetic investments rather than blocks on a schedule, everything changes. Because now you can see where your future is actually being built or quietly delayed. I'll do it later. Later feels harmless, sensible, and sometimes even responsible. But every time you defer something meaningful, not urgent, but meaningful, you send a subtle message to yourself. This is not important enough to act on now. And over time, that message compounds. Self-trust isn't destroyed in dramatic moments. It erodes in small inconsistencies. When you repeatedly tell yourself you'll start next week, next month, or when things calm down, you train your system to hesitate. Then you wonder why you struggle with confidence. Confidence isn't created by motivational language. It's built through repeated evidence that your word has weight. When you say you'll move your body, and you do. When you say you'll make the call, and you do. And when you say you'll sit with your discomfort, and you do. That's how internal authority is formed. Later feels small, but energetically, it teaches postponement, and postponement slowly becomes identity. Instead of saying, I don't have time, try saying, it's not a priority right now. It's a subtle shift, but it changes everything. Because now you're not positioned as a victim of your circumstances. You're positioned as the decision maker. That sentence can feel uncomfortable at first. It forces you to confront what you're actually choosing. But that discomfort is clarifying. It brings you back into alignment with reality. When you start owning your allocation of time, you stop feeling chased by it. You begin designing instead of reacting. You ask better questions. If this truly mattered, what would need to move? What am I willing to release? What discomfort am I trying to avoid? What story am I maintaining by staying too busy? This is energetic maturity. Not pretending you have infinite capacity, but consciously directing the capacity you do have. The life you want will never be built in leftover time. It'll be built in chosen time. There will never be a magical stretch where everything is handled and suddenly you're free to focus on yourself, your growth, your health, and your purpose. Life expands to fill space, responsibilities multiply, and noise increases. If you wait until things calm down, you'll be waiting forever. The future version of you, the stronger version, the financially stable version, the emotionally regulated version, is not created in grand dramatic moments. It's formed in repeated, allocated hours. An hour of study, 40 minutes of movement, 30 minutes of honest reflection, a difficult conversation you finally have. These aren't dramatic, but they compound. If you don't consciously decide what moves forward in your life, urgency will decide for you. And urgency rarely builds what matters most. Time will pass either way. The only question is, what version of it will you be building? I don't have time sounds harmless, but energetically, it places you in a passive position, as if life is happening faster than you can keep up. And that simply isn't true. Time is neutral. It moves whether you're intentional or not. What shapes your life is not the clock. It's what you repeatedly choose to pour your energy into. Every hour is an investment. Every delay is a decision, and every later is shaping your identity. You're not short on time. You're allocating it. And once you can see that, you step out of pressure and back into power. Because here's the truth. The life you want will not appear when things calm down. It won't appear when you suddenly have more time. And it won't appear when you feel perfectly ready. It'll appear when you decide that certain things matter enough to make space for them. So the next time you hear yourself say, I don't have time, I want you to pause and replace it with truth, ownership, and intention. because you're not a victim of your schedule. You're the architect of your hours. And your future is being built right now in how you choose to spend them. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, you need to watch my other video, You Don't Get What You Want, You Get What You Are, which breaks down how your identity and energetic alignment determine your results far more than your desires ever will. Until next time, protect your energy, direct your time with intention, and always stay inspired.